You want to talk priorities? Well, California is plagued by rampant homelessness, drug use, and human waste that's spreading disease everywhere. Here's what matters to their leaders. Straws. Yeah, plastic drinking straws. Santa Barbara just passed a bill that punishes restaurant owners with jail time and fines if they give out these straws. And get this, each straw counts as a crime, meaning if you hand out straws at a children's birthday party, which I often do, you could do more time than your average felon. Now, I could understand this law if you didn't have any other stuff to worry about, if you didn't have dramatic rise of disease, crime, homelessness. Maybe you can go after the straws. But your state's teetering on the edge of Armageddon, you nitwits, which may be why politicians are focusing on evil straws. The concern over straws is really just a denial of far worse problems. Straws, get this, they make up only 0.02% of the plastic that ends up in the ocean. You'd find more plastic in the faces of certain coastal politicians, who I won't mention. What also hurts this narrative? America is responsible for less than 1% of the waste in the sea. Most of this plastic trash comes from other countries. But if you can't blame America, then I guess it's no story. But here's where you really see the consequences of such phony concerns. Who needs straws most? The disabled who can't drink without them. Good job, Santa Barbara. Like the straws you try to ban, you suck. But unlike the straws, not in a good way. Jedediah, I've always said if they outlaw straws, only outlaws will have straws. I've said that.
You have said that.
You've heard me say that.
I have heard you, and I am a defender of the straw.
Yes.
I will have you know.
Is this
I'm
a straw argument?
Activist. I have now turned into a straw activist. I will be handing out straws after the show of varying sizes.
Can I give you a straw poll?
Yes, you may. Yes. Remember those straws you had when you were a kid, by the
Silly
way?
straws.
Around the best.
You know what? Death penalty.
Best.
If you have a silly straw, you are electrocuted.
You know, I love stuff like this because folks on the left just can't let the private businesses decide. If a private business decides they don't like straws, this is environmentally, unsound for them, they can opt to not do it. Why do you have to get the government involved? Why do people on the left, Juan, maybe you can help me with this. Why do people on the left often feel to mandate, they need to tax, to penalize in order to change behavior? Why not just put the information out there, let people in the free market hopefully read the information, make better decisions for themselves and their families, and have a domino effect? Doesn't it rub you the wrong way that it's a top-down approach all the time? It drives me crazy.
Well, but remember, it's a lot like motorcycle helmets to me. You know, people say they just want to ride and they enjoy the wind in their hair or their face. But when they crash, oh my gosh, and the taxpayer, you and I, Jedediah, end up paying for their hospital bill, and, it's not a good situation because it drives up the cost of health care in the country.
It's a straw man argument, Juan.
That was good.
That was excellent.
Thank you.
But I would say, to me, I run into this because, you go into the grocery store or the drugstore and they want to charge you an extra nickel now for a bag.
Yeah.
Because they want to discourage your use of plastic bags. And the same thing with the straws. I think, well, why? Why is it? But then I think, wait a minute. So then the trash collects because all this plastic collects. And
we know how it works.
Yeah. And then not only does it hang in the trees, all these plastic bags.
Which I find to be beautiful.
You like that?
Yes. It's considered modern art in New York.
Is that right?
Yes.
I didn't know. But it isn't. But it's in a lot of trees. Well, the few trees that exist in Manhattan. But I just think then government does have a responsibility to clean it up, pay for it, or as Dana points out, and she wishes President Trump would go and get that trash out of the ocean because it fouls our seas.
But that's not America's. He should do it.
It's more of a second-term issue, really.
And also, the thing is, though, if you look at the statistics, this is a problem of other countries, but we could do something about it. What bothers me is that we hear about prison reform, like we need to release drug dealers, and stuff, but we're going to put people who use straws in jail.
Right. Yes, of course. So California is curious. I would love to go and be a moderator of a debate between the gubernatorial candidates there.
That'd be great.
I don't know if they would go for that, but I think it would be fun. I was just going to mention innovation. I mean, we are creating the most amazing things.
You want a new straw?
I want a new straw. So I usually don't use my phone on the show, but I looked it up. Have you heard of Beyond Meat?
Yes.
We may have had it one time. It's like an imitation. No, it's not.
It actually bleeds.
Delicious.
It actually
bleeds because they have made it look like meat, and it's a nice alternative. Why can't we come up with an alternative?
A straw that bleeds? What are you? Some kind of monster? You know what? Okay. permanent, a straw that's like a knife and fork that's permanent. Like you.
Yeah, they have some metal ones that you could take with you. Or how about ones that disintegrate after a while, but not while you're drinking it?
The disintegrating straw, Jesse.
Well, that's why Dana's on TV and she's not an inventor.
I mean, you have to have great ideas in order to get somewhere.
Edible straw.
Here's what I think. I think Santa Barbara is paradise, and don't mess with paradise. It's perfect, and politicians need to pass laws to feel useful. And we've had about 250 years in this country almost, and politicians are running out of laws to pass. So now they're trying to become your parent, and they're saying, I'm going to regulate your bedroom, I'm going to regulate how you drink, what you say, how you behave, but they don't need to do this anymore. It's over. It's over. We're all fine now.
Don't you think, though, that these are the same people that probably order a ton of stuff from Amazon and how much packing, plastic?
I think I'm waiting for that backlash.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
Peter McMahon is very upset that we ordered like one little thing and it comes in a huge box with all the stuffing in it, and then you have to get rid of it.
Yeah, no, that's immoral.
There's got to be a better way.
That's immoral.